everybody, Isabel Spradlin here, and I want to talk today about, I've been seeing a lot of discussion lately and hearing a lot of discussion about working deep in the belly, especially for pain and dysfunction and things like that. So one of the things that I think often gets misunderstood about helping your belly come back into better health, or even as a practitioner, I taught this great practitioner workshop this weekend, and the same thing comes up among practitioners is, well, how can I make change if I'm not working deep in the belly, and then how do I do that safely? So I think both clients and practitioners have often the same questions around this issue of how deep to work in the belly. And I always come back to the fact that the superficial layers of the belly get so discounted as far as how much deeper pain and sensation and dysfunction that these superficial layers can cause. They really can be quite problematic, and so often they just get skipped over. So I just want to say briefly that if you have used any of my programs over at abdominaladhesiontreatment.com, then you kind of know this already, but it never hurts to hear it one more time, I think, and that is that there are layers to the belly. There really are, and especially the superficial layers. So it starts with the skin of the belly, and then below that is the fascia with the adipose or fatty tissue, and then below that starts the muscular layers, and the muscles of the belly are also in layers. The rectus abdominis, and there's two kinds of obliques, one on each side. They're all layered on top of each other. So you have the superficial skin layer, and then the fascia below that, and then you start into the muscle layers, which also have sheets of fascia between them. So already, just getting that far into the belly, which is not that far, you're working through so much tissue, you're working through so much potential issues. And oftentimes these superficial layers of the belly can really send sensation or pain to what feels like deeper parts of the belly, or even other parts of the body altogether. That's really common. And so I just want to encourage you, as you are doing whatever kind of belly work that you're doing in order to support yourself, whether it's with your incision scars, or whether your problems came more from maybe repetitive stress or blunt force trauma or other kinds of injuries, to really take into account these beautiful superficial layers of the body. And of course, there are certainly problems that exist in the tissues of the deeper layers of the body. Once you get into the peritoneal sac, that sac of fascia that holds most of the organs, and then the organs themselves, and how they're interacting with each other. Yes, definitely there can be scar tissue and other dysfunction and other things deep in there causing pain, for sure. But so often I see in our eagerness to get to those deeper layers and really resolve that deeper pain, we kind of push past the superficial layers in order to get to the deeper stuff, and then when we release out of those deeper layers, we forget again to pay attention to what's happening in those superficial layers. So really just take the time to get a sense of what's going on in those topmost layers of your belly, and my bet is that you will be totally surprised by what you find. Okay, happy belly work!